All right, lads, these are 30 business lessons I learned making $500,000 per month. My name is Daniel Fazio. I'm the co-founder of Client Ascension ListKit, making about $500,000 per month in revenue right now. Client Ascension is a coaching and consulting company. ListKit is a software company. Here's a bunch of screenshots to prove that that's actually true. 265, 213, 14, 5.9, 5.8. This is all April 1st to April 30th, 2024. Picture here, this is $504,835 in cash collected from April 1st to April 30th, 2024. Let's get into this. So context, this is for marketing agency owners, B2B companies, freelancers, digital service providers, and online businesses. So all these lessons I've learned, that's how I made all this money and how I actively make all this money is companies like this, right? So the lessons are about signing more clients, charging more money, making more revenue, operating better, enjoying yourself more, and getting more done with less effort. So lesson number one, it is more difficult to get somebody on a sales call than it is to get them to pay you money once they're already on the sales call, which is extremely paradoxical in nature. But you need to understand that like an average closing rate is something like 20%. If you're below 15%, you have some catastrophic stuff going on. But compare that to you send a cold email to 1,000 people and maybe you get one to four to get on to a call. You see, so the delta here, the spread between how difficult it is to get somebody on the call is so substantially more massive than getting them to actually pay you money on the call. So therefore, what you should spend a considerable amount of your time doing in the operation of your business is to increase conversion rates on the front end to get people on the call in the first place, and less so in that closing them on the call. Like if you're hitting 20%, you're good. But you really got to spend a significant amount of your time like optimizing to get people on the call in the first place, because it's just harder to do that, which is so strange, right? So lesson number two, rich people treat their time like poor people treat their money, like a scarcity mindset. So this plays into the last lesson I just said, where it's harder to get them on the phone than it is to get them to give you money, right? So if you're asking rich people for their time, it's more difficult than just making them an offer, particularly an offer that results in them expending less of their time, right? Because they value their time more than they value their money. So keep that in mind when you're selling to rich people, right? So lesson number three, if you are afraid of fulfilling for clients, you will subconsciously sabotage your sales calls. And if you are afraid of sales calls, you will subconsciously sabotage your lead gen. So I see this all the time. A lot of dudes, I see it in Client Ascension too. So all the students inside there, they'll be afraid to sign a client because they don't want to sign the client, get money from the client, and not get results for the clients. Now, I understand, and I've had that fear before too, especially when I was just starting out, like below 50K a month. But if you don't just collect the money, they're just gonna go pay someone else. You see what I mean? Like you've got to really have a high degree of conviction, or you're just subconsciously you're gonna be on a call and literally be like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna work for you, just because like you're scared to do it. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna give them any certainty, so you're gonna close no deals. And then if you're scared to talk to strangers that are gonna call, you're just gonna sabotage your lead gen. And now the problem with this is you'll see this data from people in Client Ascension. They'll come to me and they'll say something like, yeah, bro, I'm just having a really tough time getting people to book sales calls. And it's like you dive deeper into the issue, and the real problem is that they're not following up with any of their cold email responses because they're subconsciously afraid of getting on a sales call because it makes them uncomfortable. So it's like it isn't actually a lead gen problem or an offer problem. They come to you saying it's an offer, but it's not. It's that they're scared of sales calls, and that's the actual real problem. So make sure you don't make that mistake. Lesson four, subscribing to Daniel Fazio on YouTube means you're a future millionaire, and so does checking out the 2 links in the description after you finish the video. So it is a scientifically proven fact that if you subscribe to my channel right now, if you click the button, the probability that you become a millionaire substantially increases, right? So here's the actual lesson four. So have you ever seen this meme before, the $500 client versus the $50,000 client? The $500 client, I feel as though this investment I'm about to make you that we should understand how our lives are about to change, and I need results and you need to bring them, and I am entrusting you with our livelihood and lives. And a $50,000 client would just say some shit like, money sent, thanks, right? So one, this is true. This is actually true. Like, this is how this works, right? Now, but while it is easier to deal with clients who pay more money, it is more difficult to get them on the phone, right? It's easier to close them on the phone. It's easier to close rich people than poor people on the phone. It's harder to get rich people on the phone than poor people. Poor people will just book every single call everywhere for no reason at all. It's very fucking weird. These guys, it's really difficult to get them on the call, but when they're on the call, like it's very easy to get them to pay you, right? So lesson number 5, when you say what kind of results should I expect, that's a very lazy question. So here's the reality of the situation, and I've noticed this in my own psyche with me buying things, is that somebody else does not determine what results you get. The results you get are a product of you. Like, you make something work based off of your mind, whether that's you paying an agency for some services, or you're hiring somebody, or you're buying a course or a coaching program. If you walk into that and you're saying like, this isn't going to work, you're going to make it not work. If you walk in saying, if I'm going to make this work, you make it work. Like, it works 100% of the time if you do that. Like, it's all you. I've noticed this in myself too, because I've had a tendency in the past to be a pessimist. Like, no, that's not going to work. This is stupid. I'm not doing this. And then then someone else on my team will be like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. This is really valuable. And then like I open up my mind and I'm like, actually, this is, right? So like be more positive about things, and you'll make things work better for you. So lesson number 6, a lot of people can't close sales calls because they're socially awkward and weird. It has nothing to do with the offer. They're just not a pleasurable person to interact with. Like, if you're just not nice, you're not a cool person, really. Like, you're kind of like you're like what I was just talking about, how I noticed myself being like kind of like a dick sometimes. Like, if you're like, and this applies for networking too, like, people will just not like you. Like, they'll really just not enjoy being, they're not going to want to work with you. Like you really just got to make a cognizant effort to be a pleasurable person. And like, typically everything works out better. Like, your team likes you better, your clients like you better, cold prospects like you better. Like if you're on social media, like, those people like it really is, like, you really got to do that. So lesson 7, 50% of refund requests or chargebacks occur because the client just doesn't like you as a person, right? If they liked you, even if they didn't get results, they wouldn't ask for a refund or charge back the payment or dispute a charge, right? Which is very interesting. Side note, sometimes a client they can issue a chargeback or like a dispute and say like, oh, product not received or fraudulent. If you have a signed contract, that is illegal. That is a criminal offense for someone to file a chargeback and say it was fraudulent or they didn't receive the product when they already did. So you can let them know that. Just as a side note. Lesson number 8. Over the long run, the person who spends more time learning how to get better results for their clients outpaces the person who only learns how to do lead gen for their own company, right? So there's this ultimate equalizer in the long run. It typically happens about a year in. If your results for clients become increasingly better and better and better and better, you will just sign increasingly more clients and better clients and be able to charge more continuously over and over and over again, right? So if there's some dude who's just sitting here like, and he thinks he's gonna make like a white label agency and just like white label out an ads management offer, and he pays $500 a month and he charges the client $5,000. That's not real. Like, those companies just go out of business super fast, and their client churn rate is like 80%. Like, that's just not reality, right? You need to actually know what you're doing. Like, you need to acquire skills and be the person capable of delivering quantifiable results for clients. Like, you need to become skillful. You specifically, not some other person, right? Number 9, overly complex systems tend to actively make you less money. So like making a 33-step AI-enabled cold email script automation, supercharger detection, spin tax intent system is a complete waste of time. You will not make more money. Like that will not make you more money. If you just make a better offer and you increase your volume, that will make you more money. All of these complex systems, it's a complete waste of time for every party involved. It doesn't make more money. Like, it just doesn't. Like, there's this trend of people they'll pay like $1,000 a month for some software over here, and then they have to hire this person to manage it, and then build this system over here, and it's just a complete waste of time, and it's so much work and effort and extra, and it doesn't even make them more sales. It's such a waste of human capital. Just don't do any of that. It's so much easier. All right. Lesson number 10, having an active YouTube channel, even if you don't get a lot of views, makes everything 30 times easier. Close rates go up, response rates go up, conversion rates go up. Everything in your life is easier if you show people you exist and build authority. Like, that's it. Like, here's the reality is that if you go cold email a client, or if you cold DM a client, or someone sees you post something, they stumble across you in some capacity at all in any situation, and they are interested in your services and they would like to learn more. What do people do when they would like to learn more? What they do is they Google you. So if you Google Daniel Fazio, like, you get my stuff is there. It's very clearly evident that I exist and I have a level of authority, right? You need to build that. You have to have that. Like, it makes your life so much easier. And like, I understand you start from nothing in the beginning, but like, everything starts from nothing. Like, that's how it works, bro. Like, just start now. And like the day exactly 1 year from now, and 3 years from now, and 5 years from now will elapse. Your future version of yourself does exist. Like, it's not like that isn't, like, that's a blank. Like, that exists. It's going to happen. So you might as well do this right now. All right, lesson 11, rigorously measure the ROI of everything you're spending on. If there's like a software you're paying for, either buckle down and actually use it or cancel it. Like, this applies to everything. Like, stop teetering in between. Like, am I going to do this? Am I going to, like, use it or don't? Pick. Like, you start stacking all the stuff you don't actually use. Like, just only do stuff that you plan on actually doing. Like, when you say you're going to do something, just stick by your word. Like, just do that. Holy shit, that makes such a difference when you just do that. Lesson 12, everything's a skill issue. So you've really got to internalize this. You'd get more leads if you were better at lead gen. You'd close more deals if you were a better salesman. You'd be able to charge more money if you were better at getting results. It's all you. Like, if you can't get it's not like lead gen doesn't work for my company or marketing doesn't work for my company. It's that you don't know how to make lead gen work. Like, you don't know how to make marketing work. Well, sales don't work for me. No. It's just that you're not good at sales. It's a skill issue. Like, you can just get better at this stuff. Like, it's the wildest thing of all time. Like, you can go on YouTube or like buy courses and go through everything and practice and just get better at something. It's actually the wildest shit of all time. Like, you can just create something out of nothing. Like, you are allowed to do that. It is so insane that that's just like legal. Like, you could just get better at generating leads and get better at sales and make way more money. Like, you're allowed to do that. It's actually insane, right? So 13, if you don't get on video, so like a video sales letter on your website, or YouTube videos, or you're filming sales assets. Like, if you don't put videos of yourself on the internet, you are done in this market. The entire world is digital now. Every single person on the planet researches you online. There's not a single consumer now. Like, 95%, like 99% of the market that you're selling to, just like consumers, at all, business people, everybody is digitally enabled. If you don't put yourself on video, you're done. You're gonna be smoked. Like, this is not like, if you're sitting here and like, I don't want to put myself on video, I'm scared. Like you have to get over it. Like, you can't do that anymore. That's not allowed. Like, you just won't win. You are completely done. There's a 0% probability you succeed if you don't just get on video. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna win. If you're not getting on video in today's market, like that's just the market now. It's too sophisticated to not do that. Lesson 14, you get stuck at $10,000 to $15,000 per month because you're scared to spend the money you're making. So you're scared to try new things. You're scared to go invest into more education. You're scared to hire full-time people. You are scared to try ads. You're scared to ads in any capacity, like a partnership ad or like digital ads. It doesn't matter. You're scared to spend your money. Like you're in scarcity mindset. Like you need to get out of the scarcity mindset. Like that is what's stopping you, right? So the most efficient use of money when you're below $100,000 per month is coaching and consulting. There's just like, despite what you might otherwise think, you don't know a lot of stuff. I don't know a lot of stuff. So it's like, if I'm making $500,000 per month, the dude who makes $3 million per month knows a substantial amount of stuff more than me. That's why I'm actively in 2 masterminds right now. One is $60,000 per year and the other was $45,000 for a year. And both of those guys make like more than quadruple what I make. So I wanted to know what they're doing in order so I can grow and get to $1 million a month, $2 million a month. Like that's what I would like. And the only way for me, it's very simple. Like if you want to know how to make $1 million a month or $2 million per month, you just pay someone to tell you, who's already done it, to tell you how to do it. Like it's really that simple. Like if you're making $5K a month and you want to make $30K a month, just go pay someone who's already gone past $30K a month to tell you how to do that. It's hilarious that you can just do that. Like it's really that simple. The most efficient use of money when you're above $100,000 per month is hiring top tier talent, whether that's an agency owner you've met online or somebody you hire full time, specifically somebody who has been in a company that achieved like 10x your size. Like you really just need all forms of association with specifically people who have already done what you're doing, like have grown 10 times higher than, whether that's a coach, mentor, an agency owner you hire, a full-time person you hire, maybe someone you just buy one-off consulting calls from, maybe you buy their course. Like you just need associations with people who have done 10 times more than you. Like it's really that simple. And people are so afraid to do this because of this trope online where it's like, oh, he sells a course, scam. And it's like, I don't know why that is. Like there's a category of people who think like every single course is a scam. And it's like not fucking true at all. I've spent so much money on it and it's like single-handedly what got me where I am. But like I just wouldn't be here if I didn't spend all of this money on courses and coaching. Like I just wouldn't. Like it's really that simple. Lesson 17, if you hesitate to close a client because you don't think they're a 100% good fit, they're just going to go pay somebody else selling the exact same thing as you tomorrow. So it was a Dan Kennedy seminar I was listening to one time, and he was talking about how this sales guy, how he was going around and he was selling like this is way back in the day, like maybe early 2000s. He was going around selling like these super heavy duty pots and pans or something, and then like the sales guy was like, he saw that their house was kind of dilapidated, or like I don't know, the guy was complaining about he wasn't able to put enough food on the table, didn't have a lot of money, but the person like wanted to buy it. They're like, but no, I think these pans, like I really want to buy it. And then the sales guy rejected it. And then somehow he came across the dude like a couple of weeks later, and then he had bought some completely other stupid shit, like some like collector vases or vases or like whatever. I don't know. It was the sales guy just chose to not sell to this person because he thought like they would have been better off not buying. But then, like the next week, they just went and bought some other stupid shit. Like they'll just go buy. So like if you reject the client, they'll just go buy it from somebody else tomorrow. Like that's literally what's going to happen. Like they will just go buy it from somebody else. So just fucking sell it to them yourself, right? Now, lesson 18, you cannot change people's minds. They already believe what they believe. All you can do is wait until they change it themselves. So like for instance, if you're trying to sell a client, and they have like this irrational belief of like, this ads just aren't going to work for me. Like they're just not going to work for me. And it's like, they're so adamant about that. It's like, okay, that's it. Like you just have to give them time for them to stumble across whatever information on the internet that they happen to stumble across that changes their mind over a long enough time period. Like, you're not going to be able to change these people's mind that he just believes somehow advertising won't work for his business. Like that, like, you just can't change their mind. Like, it's impossible. You just won't be able to do it. So just let those people go. This is inherently why you don't close. Like, if you say you have a 20% close rate on calls, and like, that's considered pretty good, but that also means 80% of people don't. Like, it's people like this, that's the 80% of people that are being referred to. Like, you just can't change their mind. It's functionally impossible, right? So, lesson number 19, most people think they have an offer problem. They actually have a traffic problem. It's not that your offer is not good. It's just that nobody knows it exists, or at least the people who would actually buy it don't know it exists. So I see this a lot in client ascension. Guys will come to me and they'd be like, bro, I gotta like improve my offer. Like, I'm not making I really want to start signing more clients. Like, I just need a better offer. And it's like, no, hold on. Let's assess this situation here. Like, how much content have you put out on Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube in the past 30 days? Like, oh, nothing? Like, oh, okay, well, how many cold emails have you sent? It's like, you've only sent 500 emails. Well, how many cold DMs have you sent? None? It's like, well, dude, it's like, this is not an offer problem. This is a literally nobody knows you exist problem. Like, you can't even assess whether this is an offer problem because nobody has gotten the offer. So you don't know if it's an offer problem. Like, this is a traffic problem. Like, nobody knows you exist. So you need to really pay attention and be able to delineate what really is your problem. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier with you'll subconsciously sabotage your sales calls if you're scared of them or if you're scared of fulfillment. Like, you need to be able to correctly diagnose what the real problem is, because like a lot of people, they think they have an offer. It's not an offer problem. It's just that nobody knows you exist. That's it. This also applies to if you're sending cold emails. People think they'll have like a script problem, but it's actually like you're just sending it to an irrelevant audience. Like, the lead list you got just isn't the correct kind of person who would buy it. But they think it's a script problem. But it isn't a script problem. It's just that it's a leads list problem. You see what I mean? Like, you just target the wrong person. All right, lesson number 20. Markets tend to be significantly larger than you think. So your target market is SaaS companies and you somehow think you're going to run out of TAM. You will quite literally make $100 million before you have a TAM problem. So like, I see this all the time. People, they'll be selling to like e-com brands or something. And they'll be like, yeah, bro, it's like real saturated now. Like, there's not, like, the market isn't big enough. Like, I gotta start selling it to someone else. And it's like, dude, it's not that the market is too small. It's that, like, you're just not doing a good job of generating leads or having a good offer or being good at sales. Like, your stuff just isn't good. Like, e-commerce is like $300 billion industry. Like, it's like the TAM, this is not a TAM problem. Like, so you see what I mean? See what I'm getting at here? You have to really pay attention to what actually is the issue, because people will misdiagnose things all the time. And if you operate under an assumption of a misdiagnosed problem, you start doing things to fix that, but that's not the real problem. You see what I mean? So now, lesson number 21, on the flip side of lesson 20 is that you can have a TAM that's too small. So I see this a lot as well, which is very interesting. People will be like, I target supplement brands in the United States who make $100,000 per month and more. Now, it sounds reasonable, but I understand that might be your bread and butter, but there's only like 250 of these in existence. Maybe like 1,000 of these that make over $1.2 million per year and specifically sell supplements and specifically are in the United States. Like, how many supplement brands do you know? I know like 8. Like, maybe not even 8. This market is too small. Like, it's too small. It's impossible. Like, you if you want to scale like relatively fast, you need to sell to other people. You see what I mean? So you have to know, again, misdiagnosing, like, is it actually too small? Is it actually not small? You see what I mean? Like, you have to know what's going on here. All right, 22. You only want a revenue share deal with a company that is vehemently opposed to giving you a revenue share, right? So the people who want to give you a revenue share are exactly the companies you do not want to do revenue share with. So if you're on a call with someone and they're like, yeah, bro, like I really, like I just don't want to pay a retainer for this. Like I'm happy to give you like 25% cut of the deal. It's like what they're doing is they're so unconfident in their business that they can't even like they don't want to risk any small amount of retainer upfront money at all. So when someone's saying like, yo, I'll give you 25% of it, like, what they're doing is they're not confident in their business. And the reason, like if they were confident in their business, they would much rather pay $2,500 a month or $4,000 a month than give you 25% of the deals. You see what I mean? Because like if they're gonna make $100,000, they'd rather pay you $4,000 than $25,000. You see what I mean? So when someone is like so into like, yeah, revenue share, like I'm only going to pay you if it's a revenue share, then that's like exactly who you don't. Because remember we talked about earlier, they're not confident in their business. So they're walking into this arrangement that it's not going to work. So they're de-risking themselves. You see what I mean? And them thinking it's not going to work is exactly what's going to make it not work. You see what I mean? Like this is how this works. So 23, you are the average of the people around you is so true. And Scott Galloway said this, not only will you all of the people around you, you will think like them, you will talk like them, you will do what they do because you hang out with them. You will even, your income will become theirs, your net worth will become theirs, and even your weight will become theirs. If they're obese, you will become obese if you hang out, if all the people you hang out with are obese. If all of the people you hang out with are jacked, you will become jacked. You will. Everything averages. Everything. This is another reason why it's so important to be in private groups online. Again, the whole world is digital. So your digital online group is your friend group now. Like that is like you spend more time with your online friends than you do with your in-person friends. You do. You talk to them more, you interact with them more, you spend more actual time with them than your in-person friends. Therefore, when I'm telling you to optimize who you're around, that applies to your digital life. What kind of private groups are you in? Are you in a community like Client Ascension or Internet Money or something like that? Like, are you in masterminds? Are you talking to people who are ahead of you? You will average to them in everything. If all of your friends have girlfriends, you will get a girlfriend. If you have a girlfriend and all your friends are single, you will break up. Like you will. Like that is how it works. If you're married and all your friends are getting divorced, you're probably going to get divorced. And that's actually a scientific study I saw. I don't know where it is. Don't quote me on it, but it's somewhere. If you're in a friend group, like a married couple, and your married couple friends start getting divorced, the probability that you get divorced starts increasing like multiple fold. You always average to everybody around you for every variable ever. Everything. You become everything they are. All of it. So take careful note of who you are hanging out with. Like very, very careful note. And if you're below the age of like 25, it's hard to conceptualize this. But it's so true. It's so crazy true. Right? So lesson number 24, affirmations work. This is my phone background. It says, I will make $1 million per month. If you pick up your phone like 150 times a day, you're literally just affirming to yourself 150 times per day. Like, I will make $1 million per month. This works. This actually does work. Do that. Just go on your Instagram app, put your phone, just put the camera on the ground so it's black, snap the picture, write that, save the picture, set it as your phone wallpaper. Do it. It works. All right, 25. Marketing agencies actually are the best way to make your first $100,000 per month. It is the best intro business of all time. It's great character building. All right, let me explain why. For you to run a marketing agency, SMA, whatever, some digital service, but you sell a service to a client and it's rendered online, right? What is everything involved with making this business successful? Lead generation of marketing to find the clients and get them interested. Sales, so you actually speak to other humans and like learn persuasion and logical arguments as to why somebody should give you money for a specific service. And then fulfillment and client management. Like you learn how to manage clients. And all the other, like you begin to learn hiring, you begin to learn systems and processes, you learn client fulfillment, whatever you're selling them. If you're doing ads for them, you learn how to do ads. If you're doing cold email for them, you learn how to do cold email. Like you just learn, it's necessary for you to learn so much. It's the best character building of all time. And this is why you see like so many people, like so many of these like large CEOs, like a lot of them ran companies like this. Like the younger dudes, like it's like a lot of people started out, like a lot of the huge gurus you see online right now started with a marketing agency. This was my first business. It was an Instagram growth agency. It was a marketing agent. I learned so much in a year of running that company. And then my next one was a cold email agency. Learned so much. You see what I mean? Like it matures the shit out of you. Like it really is the best business to start because you take all these skills with you for the rest of life. It's phenomenal character building. Drop shipping, it's all bullshit. Like it's all nonsense. Like you want to build an e-com brand, you need a shit ton of capital. Like you don't have that. You only have time. So like just start an agency or just like a freelance business. Same thing. An agency is just a freelance business with a lot of clients that makes a lot of money. Like that's it. Best business of all time to start. All right, lesson number 26. The purpose of a guarantee on your headline is more about getting people on the phone than getting them to close on the phone. 90% of people won't even ask for a guarantee or want one, but they definitely wouldn't have gotten on the phone if it wasn't there, right? So remember I was talking about it's harder to get somebody on the phone than it is to close them on the phone. The purpose of putting guarantee or like a 100% satisfaction guarantee or we'll get this result for you or you get your money back, that's to get people on the phone. Like most people don't actually give a shit about that once they're already on the phone. But they just wouldn't have got on the phone if you didn't say that. Like that's what it's actually for. That's the usefulness of it, right? So like when I'm telling people to like making their offers and a guarantee, like I'm not telling them to put the guarantee so that they increase their close rate. I'm telling them so they actually even get calls at all. Like they just won't get any calls booked at all, like zero, if they just don't do that and they're in a relatively sophisticated market. Like you just won't make any, you won't talk to anyone ever if you don't have that. It's just harder to get them on the phone. All right, 27. The most important action in your business is creating and collecting case studies. There is nothing more important. So if I could only do one like strategy for the rest of time in terms of my marketing of the business, it would be collecting case studies, like filming them, posting them online. It is social proof is the highest driver of lead generation and conversions and closing rates. Everything. People are so influenced by social proof. People are influenced most by, there's nothing that will influence somebody more than social proof. Like ever. You see what I mean? Ever. If it seems like everyone is using you and everyone is getting results with you, then just more people do it. There is nothing more powerful on the planet than social proof. It's like what your mom will tell you when you're a kid. Like, if all your friends were jumping off a bridge, are you too? And it's like paradoxically, it's like, yeah. Like if you're I don't know, maybe you're at the river with a bunch of your friends and it's summer vacation and there's like a 30-foot river drop into the bridge into the river and all your friends are jumping off. They're like, don't be a pussy, like jump. Like, yeah, you're like, you will jump off the bridge like that. You literally will do that. It's fun. If it seems like everyone is buying your stuff and getting results, they'll buy it. Like they literally will jump off the bridge. Like that's like what happens, right? All right, 28. Cold outreach, content marketing, and ads all make each other work better as you do them together. So imagine this situation. Let's say you're sending like 1,000 cold emails per day. And now, again, as we have already established, if somebody gets a cold email from you and they're interested in your stuff, they're going to Google search your name. And like when they Google search your name, you pop up, your website pops up. Or your YouTube channel pops up. They click on your website, now they get pixeled with the Google tag or the Facebook pixel, and then you're running retargeting ads. So like they got a cold email from you, they Googled you, saw your site, didn't do anything. Now they're getting your ads. See, now it's like, what? And then, or say someone comes from your content, they watch a YouTube video of you, you're running retargeting ads against people who have watched your YouTube videos. Now they start getting retargeting ads for you. Or someone who got a YouTube ad from you who was cold traffic, clicked onto your YouTube channel, starts watching your organic stuff. You see what I mean? Like they all make each other work better when you mix them together. That's why it's important to build them all out. You see what I mean? Like it's very important to do this. All right, next. Lesson number 29. There is a 100% one-to-one correlation between volume and client sign. Okay, so here's what you need to understand. I have had like 1,000 people, like over 1,000 people come through my coaching program, Client Ascension. They're agency owners, B2B companies, they sell their own coaching programs, courses, whatever. And we make them submit end of day type forms because I want to see your data. Like I want to know and I'm talking to you, like I have my coaching call every Wednesday. Like I'm DMing people back and forth, like I'm just having conversations. I know what's happening. Right? I know what you're doing. I know what everyone's doing. I know who's making money and I know who's not making money, right? This is very simple to understand. Everybody who sends more cold emails signs more clients. Everybody who posts more on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram signs more clients. Everybody who spends more money on ads signs more clients. It's really that simple. Like if someone get like what's the best way for me to start signing way more clients? It's send more emails, send more cold DMs, post more content, build funnels, and spend money on ads. That's it. That is the one this has never not been true ever. If I see an end of day type form come up and I see someone go, I went from like last month we did 25,000, this month we did 38,000 or 40,000, and then I compare what they did last month to this month in terms of like activity, they like doubled how many cold emails they were sending. They started posting on YouTube. They posted every day on Twitter and LinkedIn. Like they just rammed volume. Like that's it. This is so absolutely true. This is never not true. This has never not been the case ever. It is 100% of the time correct. It is mathematically impossible for this to not hold true. That's it. If you want to make more money, just do more shit. That's it. I promise you it works 100% of the time. All right, next, lesson 30. Not drinking alcohol significantly impacts how easy work is, right? Okay, so let me help you understand this. It's not that people have more grit than you. It's that they're operating within an environment that makes outproducing you by tenfold easy. If you go out and get shit-faced drunk all the time, or you even just have like one drink at night, like after work or whatever, 2 drinks at night. I just went zero alcohol, just zero. And I'll drink sometimes, but I'll go like 2-3 weeks, just not a single sip of alcohol. And what happens is like after day 7, like it's so easy for me to sit down and like bang out long documents like this and like film long videos like this with just absolutely no problem at all, and just like churn workout and be completely okay. And it's not even difficult at all. Like I don't have to think harder. Like it just flows. Like everything is easy. That's what happens like 7 days after I've had zero alcohol, and then you just keep that streak going. If you're just drinking all the time, dude, I know that feeling. You have to just like shuffle through stuff, and it's just hard. Like everything is just slow, and it's annoying, and it's like, dude, it's okay to not drink all the fucking time. It's so ridiculous that is even like, you can go out with your friends or to dinner or something and just not have alcohol. And like, side note, if your friends are going out to a bar, just get a water, soda, lime. Just soda, water, and lime. It looks like you're drinking a vodka, soda, lime. You're not. And you're around a bunch of drunk people, you start to kind of feel elation, like just by association, even though you didn't drink at all. Like just do that. Like it's holy shit, makes your life so much easier. All right, action steps. Go to the links in the description. So internetmoneygroup.com. That'll teach you how to start a marketing agency and make your first $1,000 online. If you already run a business, go to clientascension.com. The link is in the description. If you want me to contractually guarantee you sign between 5 to 25 of your next high-paying clients and are able to scale your business as fast as possible, and subscribe to my channel, and then that link up above, you want to watch another video, click there, but make sure you subscribe. All right, bye, peace, love you.